it's OPEX. I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm deciding to make one today. So, as of late, I've been watching a lot of Jeff Berwick, and he's generally the reason I want to make this video is his testimony. But I know through my own experience how true this is, and I know how true it is from seeing it in everybody who's ever done it. And I want to talk about it because it can cure all disease, pretty much. And Jeff Berwick, if you're not familiar who he is, he's the host of the Anarchast. He's an anarchy. He hosts Anarchy Poco every year in February. Decent man, and he actually talks about things that I talk about. And it's very surprising to me that there's somebody out there like-minded as I am. It's very strange, and it's something that is pretty cool. It's one of those glitches in the Matrix. There's actually someone kind of like me out there. Alright, so let's dive into it. I want to talk about fasting. There's a lot of misconception about nutrition and diets and ways to better yourself. So the general gist of things is that people believe what they've been indoctrinated through, and that is follow the food pyramid and make sure you get 3 squares a day, and make sure that, you know, if you get sick, you go to the doctor, and the doctor gives you some drugs, and then you use these drugs, and somehow it makes you feel better. But the disease never goes away because of a drug. It's impossible. There's no such thing as a drug curing a disease. It's impossible. So you never cure your disease because of that. And following if you're eating the same shit every day, or the same type of foods, and you have the same lifestyle and you don't change that, you don't expect your disease to go away, do you? You probably do, because you're probably indoctrinated, and it's not really your fault, but it is your fault in an age of information that you decide to trust other people with your health. So I do want to talk about fasting. So Jeff Berwick has been making a lot of videos lately about this because of how much great this has done. Now, I probably said this a few times on my channel. If somebody's trying to sell something, then I'm apt to stay away. Like if somebody says, I got the cure for this, here's the drug, buy it for me, I'm like, no, this is a scam. Same thing with gold, same thing with anything, right? You know, if you start having a sponsor in the start of your podcast about gold, and you try to sell your gold, I lose interest, and I don't really care for your scams. You know, I just get away from it. But Jeff Berwick, he has something that he wants to explain to people that costs you nothing. And yes, that is fasting. For him, it was generally the aspect of his health. So he was told about fasting, and he fasted, and then he went on juice fasts, and then he went into what he would call an intermittent fast. And all of this stuff, these types of fastings have detoxed him, have cured his depression for the most part. He says he doesn't even realize he has depression anymore. And this is something he's been battling with for a long time. His health is great now. Lost a lot of body fat, still has muscle, feels extremely good. Of course, when you lose your detox, that's great. And when you fast, it cleanses your colon, which is extremely important. A lot of people don't know this, but there's no doctor in the world that will prescribe you a fast, right? They're not making money off of it. It goes against the government agenda, etc., right? They want you sick. The whole system in the medical model is designed to make you sick. You're not meant to eat meat. You are not meant to eat meat. I times to you guys. Our bodies are not designed to eat meat. In fact, a lot of the meat is rotten and unable to be processed. It's just rotting in our stomachs. And it takes a long time for us to digest it. We can't digest bones, we can't digest hair, we can't digest a lot of things that all the other carnivores can do. So that food pyramid, take it right out of existence. Now, what you need to do is eat. When you do eat, it's food. Real food. Something that has nutrients. Something that is grown in the earth. Something that's good for you. That's what your body needs. And if you have that, that's what your body needs. And you'll be feeling 10 times better and 10 times later. Now, 3 squares a day is not a good thing. About a year and a half ago, I made a video called The Eating Habits That Lengthens Your Life, which will cause you the best type of longevity. And I explained in that video that taking a little bit of food at a time throughout the day, you start feeling a little bit of hunger pain, eat some peanuts, eat some grapes, eat some cherries, whatever, right? Just eat a little bit of real food, right? That's all your body needs. This is all your body requires. This is all your body needs. Any more is not really good, because now your body has to work that much harder, and they say you are what you eat. So if you're eating something that's heavy, let's say meat, let's say you're eating beef, which is a heavy food, you devour that, you get heavy. Not to mention all the grease and all the other shit. But what fasting does, if you're doing it intermittent, which is basically fast throughout the day, let's say you wake up at 7 a.m., don't eat until 5 p.m., right? Just take 10 hours of no eating. And then about 5 p.m., just eat something. Rice and beans, whatever, right? Broccoli. If you want to just nibble. And I think it's generally okay to nibble if you want during the first 10 hours, but that's not really fasting. Nibble on real food. And there's a lot of reasons I suggest fasting. It's because it'll cure your diseases. And to stay away from meat and to eat real food. I'm really suggesting these things because these things are what your body requires. Your body needs to fast. Your body, no animal on the planet except for herbivores have, let's say, cows. Cows have grass, so they can eat all day long. Humans, come on, go out into nature and tell me how much food you see for humans. Go out to nature. Tell me how much food you see. Go, look out your window if you have some trees behind your house, other than your garden. Now, once upon a time, perhaps humans didn't have an agricultural aspect to be able to feed themselves. They had to go scavenge for food. This required finding berries, finding fruits and vegetables and such. And it wasn't every single day that you had 3 squares a day. This is actually unnatural for humans. Very unnatural. Your body is meant to be able to move, so go searching for food, and not be able to have food for a long period of time. Now, right now isn't a good time to just be like, I'm going on a 5-day fast. Right? Your body's used to being held down, destroyed, etc. But I assure you that if you start cutting down your meals, start eating 2 times a day, then eat 1 time a day, then go on a real fast. After a week or so, go on a real fast. Jeez, it's really raining. Really raining. I can barely see in front of me. bad time to make a video, but not in terms of my safety, but in terms of the quality for you guys. So yeah, if you do start what I just said, slow down your meals, eat meat and dairy and all animal products out of your diet, out of your consumption, take out a lot of the problems, which is, processed foods to whatever, right? And then start eating real food. Do that for a week, then go fasting. Fast, I'd say if you go on a fast, or at least an intermittent fast, you will see a huge difference in 2 days. Guaranteed. By your third day, guaranteed, you're going to have so much energy. You won't be lethargic. You might be lethargic at the start because your body's not used to a normal routine of fasting. But after 2 days, going into your third day, you're going to wake up. You're going to be like, you wake up on your own without an alarm clock. You're like awake and you're ready to do anything. You have tons of energy. You feel normal. Your brain power has increased. Your toxins have decreased. You feel better because you're not being held down by so much food. It'll end up cleansing your colon because you're not adding so much food into your system all the time, constantly being pumped and pumped out, digested, and processed by your own body. So you're going to cleanse out your colon, which is, a major problem when it comes to your health. You're constantly full of shit. Straight up. You are constantly full of shit. Your colon is full. And it's not good. So, I have definitely talked about that in the past. I have videos on that subject, on your colon, and detoxing and such. But I'm talking specifically fasting in this, so I'm not diving deep into that. So, if you have a disease, let's say you name the disease, really. Go ahead, name a disease, and fasting will cure that. Will cure this disease, whether it's cancer, whether that is diabetes, whether that is whatever. You name a disease, erectile dysfunction. Fasting will cure that. Fasting will give you a hard fucking penis, trust me. And I know this because I have fasted in the past. And I know how great that makes your sex drive. Trust me. Tupac said a lyric, and I might as well throw this in here because it actually is relevant. Tupac said, "Skinny niggas throw their dick well." Think about it. Fat guys, they're the ones with all the clogging of the arteries, all the problems, extra fat, and harder for. You need more blood flow when you're fat, and your penis, if it's not in survival mode, can flourish straight up. So yeah, if you start eating real foods, like become a vegan, eat real foods, vegetarian, intermittent fasting to real fasting, yes, your dick's gonna get bigger, stronger, you're gonna last longer, and trust me, you're gonna be better in bed. So, you name the disease, fasting will cure this. Yes, I did say cancer, because if you're not contributing to your cancer, those cells will be weeded out. And how do you contribute to your cancer? Sugar. If you're eating cake every day or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Meat is a carcinogen. Carcinogens cause cancer. You quit your smoking and actually take your life into your own hands and your health. It's very easy to cure all your diseases. Easy. Fasting is easy. It doesn't cost you money. It's pretty damn easy. But like I said, to make it its easy form, I would suggest that week of lowering your consumption of food in general and make sure that the food that you do consume is real food, real nutrients. It'll actually do your body good. because that's what your body needs. Your body needs nutrients. It doesn't need much in terms of carbs. Now, yes, it does need carbs, but it doesn't need as much as people think. So, my stepdad introduced me to fasting because I was raised as a Catholic, and then my stepdad came around and married my mom and kind of indoctrinated me into Christianity. And in the Christian faith, they believe in fasting. And this is real Christians. This isn't your bullshit, I believe in God, I go to church. No, this is real Christian. Like real people who really follow the Bible. So he would fast, and he still does once in a while to this day, like once a year or something. He'll fast, and he kind of bullshits it. You know, like he'll eat, but it'll be like bread and water. You know, it wouldn't be like a full course meal. And that's what he considers fasting, but it's better than not fasting, right? I mean, it's straight up, it's better than nothing. But his energy that he gets is like outstanding. How I saw him, you know, this is a guy that actually has energy all the time. He takes care of himself, very good shape. In fact, I've realized this year, since my mom told me, that my stepdad has never sweat in his life. Literally cannot break out in a sweat. That's how healthy he is. Straight up, that's how healthy he is. So usually I see him, he has energy or whatever. He's in his 50s, mind you. He's probably pushing 60 now. 58, 59. Maybe 60. Maybe he's turning 60 in a couple months. I don't know. I gotta ask him actually. So yeah. See him, and I'm like, oh wow, he's in really good health. He's in really good shape. And you'll always, whenever I notice him at his peak, it's always during his fasts. And yeah, it really inspired me. And when I was a kid, we used to fast as well because it was part of the faith. We did it because it was a faith thing. Now, the medical model, I know I switched real quick. I could have kept going down that rabbit hole, but I'm taking up too much time. So, the medical health industry wants you to know or think that you need 3 courses a day, that you need constantly food in your stomach from the food pyramid, from different sources for a well-balanced meal. But it's funny because the nutrients that you get is always on the plant side, the fruits, vegetables, etc. That's generally where you get all your stuff from. Your needed stuff, the good stuff for your body. But there's this other side of the pyramid, which is the majority of the pyramid, that says you need breads. I don't know why we need breads. That's an unnatural occurrence in life. You don't need bread. You know, bread's actually not good for you. You need fish. Add some seafood. No, you don't. You don't need to add fish or sea bugs, because that's all a lobster or crab is. It's just a bug of the sea. You don't need that stuff. Then they say, yeah, chicken or some type of meat like that. No, you don't need that. You don't need any of that stuff. Fruits and vegetables, that's it. And you don't need 3 squares a day. I think I already touched base on that, actually. But you don't. You really don't need 3 squares a day. In fact, when I eat more than once a day, like in big meals, like yesterday, oh, I shouldn't have eaten what I ate. I had Chinese food, which isn't vegan. And being a truck driver, it's rare I can go like 2 days straight all vegan. It's rare. But I'm definitely going to go vegan once I get out of over the road here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks I'm going to be vegan again. Straight up vegan. No meat at all. But I had Chinese food yesterday in the morning. And then it was like 11 a.m. I had Panda Express. I had a whole plate. I was really hungry. And then later that day, probably 8 p.m., something like that, I had Subway, which was a footlong. And that's just 2 meals a day, pretty good sized meals. And today, I felt like shit waking up. Like shit. Yes, one of the problems was I ate really late in the day. Another one of the problems is I ate 2 big meals of the day. But that's all I ate. But still, it's too much. I woke up, I felt like shit. Remember what I said about your colon? It's just too much in your colon, constantly. That was me this morning. So I took a shower about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. And, yeah, I took a shit before my shower, and that thing pretty much filled the toilet. I seen my first thing that I let out was probably this one. Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta say it, because it's true. I let out something that was long. Very, very, very long. When you think about it, that shit is why I felt like shit. That is. If your colon's full of shit, you're going to be feeling like shit, straight up. So I shit that out, took a shower, got out into the car, drank a coffee. Truck. Got out into the truck, drank a coffee, and head out on the road, probably half an hour. Started feeling good. Straight up. That's all it took. I had to shit out the things I had to shit out. I've been sweating all week, so the shower felt really good. Took off all the sweat. I feel smooth now. I feel good. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. I ate way too much. I felt like shit today. Like straight up terrible. Like I woke up, I was like, fuck this. I felt even sick, which I never feel. I never feel sick, ever. I'm never sick. I don't take flu shots. I don't eat shitty foods generally. Except being a truck driver, I don't have much choice a lot of times. But the point is I'm trying to make is that that's what people feel like. That's how you get sick. It's the foods you consume or food-like products that you consume. And I felt like shit. I felt back my throat feeling like shit. I felt everything. It was like, I'm getting sick. Fuck, I never get sick. What I need is the shit shower and shave. But I never shave. And that was the problem. It was eating too much. 2 times is too much for you. Trust me. It's too much. Just pick throughout the day. Eat some fruits during the morning. Fast. Do something light. The lighter you feel, the better you're going to feel. The more you're weighed down, the more you're going to feel weighed down and lethargic. You're lethargic when you eat too much. Have you ever had a big meal? Unbutton your fucking jeans so you can fit your fat ass comfortably? And just lay back and go, oh, that was a good meal. Yeah? If that's how you want to feel the rest of your life, go for it. You know how I like to feel? Eat some fruits and vegetables. Let's run a mile. That's how I want to feel after a meal. That's how I want to feel all the time. I want to feel good, don't you? I suggest fasting. Fasting and eat healthy. Yes, 100% of every disease that is possible is because you don't know how to take care of yourself. That's why I want to help you. Somebody who does not get sick. I do not get sick. Ever. I used to get sick all the time, and I hated it. Because sometimes I would be sick for up to a month at a time. Straight up, just sick. Then I became a vegan. exercising and want to exercise because it feels good. You know, like if you eat a big meal, are you ready to ride your bike for a few miles? No, probably not. If you eat all the shit, it's not doing you any justice. So I suggest once in a while to fast. And you already know how I feel about, if you're new to my channel, you're not, but you know how I feel about detoxing and making sure that you're healthy. My channel is based on happiness and longevity. And I know a lot of people don't understand that because a lot of people come to subscribe to my stuff because of my trucking content, which is okay, but that's not what I'm about. I'm not about trucking. Even though I've been a truck driver for the last year and a half, I'm not all about trucking. You know, I want to talk about things that can help you, like truly help you. And sometimes that might involve trucking. You know, I want to make sure people have all the right information, and I want to have people more aware of what they're doing to themselves. If you're a truck driver, I suggest going to Love's. Yes, I said it, Love's. Go to Love's every morning, grab a couple of those buckets of fruit. That's your morning. That's your morning until 5 p.m. 5 p.m. hits, you know, I'm not going to stop you by any means at any of this, but, you know, then you can eat whatever you want, right? Have a sub at Subway. But for that beginning part of the day, please do yourself some justice and eat some fruits. And if you're not a truck driver, fruits, vegetables, and real food are much more plentiful and much easier to obtain. So you have no excuse. If you're a truck driver, yes, you have a little bit of excuse, but I'm suggesting go to Love's. Love's has some really nice fruit. You can have 2 big freaking cups of pineapple, which I love the pineapple, for $5. And that's your morning breakfast. Now imagine if you went to Denny's and had your omelet and home fries and all that shit. Then you get into the truck or whatever you do for a living, and you start your day later and you feel like shit and you're like, ugh, all held down and feel like garbage all morning. Yeah, you're gonna feel like garbage eating something that you think is real food, but that's not. It's not real food. If it weighs a lot of weight, if it has a lot of weight to it, it's not real food, straight up. But if it's lighter, much better for you. And if it's like fruit and it's heavy because it's water. Water is extremely good for you. Anyways, I'm diving way too deep into this. I'm sure most of you guys aren't watching it this far. But I feel a lot better now that I cleansed my colon. And I can't wait to go on a fast. I'm going to go on a fast probably in June, and I'll document it for you guys so you guys have a better understanding of how to fast and how to do it properly. I went on a juice fast recently, probably like a month ago, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago actually, and it didn't go well for me. I ended up stopping well earlier than I thought I should have, but I felt so good, and I was so close to just finishing it off, pretty much. But there's a lot of ways to fast. Go check this out. It's really good for you. There ain't no doctor alive that's going to prescribe you to fast. It's not making them any money, and they don't want to see you get better. They create customers. They do not create cures. Fasting will cure your problem. And definitely get out meats, become a vegetarian, become vegan. Trust me on this. Do it yourself. You'll feel 10 times better. That's about it for this video. 30 minutes long. I could go another 30 minutes and dive in other aspects of this, but yeah, people don't really want to watch 30 minutes of me just shooting the shit about this stuff. Okay, OPEX, I get it. Fasting's good. All right, you didn't have to make 30 minutes on this. Well, you know, I kind of did, because I could easily go another 30 minutes, and I kind of had to sum it all up. So, anyways, without further ado, check out my other videos on this channel, because there's a lot of great stuff on my channel. I have a lot more content to come. A lot of different changes are going to happen to my channel when I go out of OTR, which I have 12 days left of OTR. 12 more days, and then I'm free. I feel like I'm getting out of prison. All right, guys. See you guys.